Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reef. This weekend it's my birthday, so I'm going to pop on into my local fish shop, Deer Park Aquarium, and check out what they've got in store. Let's go get into it. Alright, as mentioned in the intro, here we are at Deer Park Aquarium with their beautiful new sign writing in the front, letting everyone know it is a dedicated marine store. Now, as soon as you walk in, you'll notice the dry goods shelves here are stocked to the brim with Ecotech marine gear from XR15s, Pros, Blues, XR30 Pros. We've got Vectras S2, M2, L2, got MP60s, MP10s. We've got a good range of AI lights from the Primes, the 16s, 32s. Kamoa doses are back in stock. Got X4 Pros, X5s, X1 Pro T2s, X1 Pro Ts, and straight up X1s. Good range of Kamoa gear. Got a KH Guardian there on the shelf. I think there might even be more out the back. A good assortment of the Auto Aqua top-offs. We've got some various plumbing bits and pieces there, so you can get your sump looking perfect. Brand new Philips Coral Care, my favorite choice of LED lights for large tanks on the shelf. They're ready to go. Full assortment of all of the Aquaforest supplements, from their magnesiums, alks and calciums to their Zeomix, their Anthea foods you can see here, as well as their algae feeds, and of course the marine mix. And then their really cool liquid foods, which I'm a big fan of. And then their brand new AF Power Elixir there, which is their concentrated amino and vitamin mix that you can put on a dosing pump. It's meant to bring out incredible colors in your corals. I'm keen to try that out one day soon. Got some Reef Revolution equipment there with the Amino Blast and things like that. I've also got the brand new Coral Essentials CVE Plus, which is their black label range of products, all mixed together in one easy to dose pre-diluted supplement, which you can put on a dosing pump, which is pretty similar to the Aquaforest Power Elixir. But across here you can see the rest of the range of the Coral Essential items, including the individual black label bottles, should you rather do the dosing things. And of course a good assortment of Hana here, from their high range nitrate checker, the alkalinity checker, got the calcium checker, the phosphate checker, and of course all of the reagents to go with those, as well as their salinity pens as well. Over here you can see the shelves are stocked full of the Dr. Tim's range, so the Eco Balance, Refresh, Waste Away, First Defense, one and only, it is all there. Also got some of the Aquaforest Labs Components Pro there. And then over here in the corner is something I know a lot of people have been dying for, and that is the Sulfur Media. This stuff's finally back in stock. This is the full pearls. It's not the little chips that can sometimes get stuck and clog. This is the full pearl. And then in behind it, we talked about CVE Plus before. This is the 2.75 litre bottle for those of you with big tanks. Up above that is the brand new Polyp Lab Genesis Rock, their form of bacteria housing or media, and of course the full range of the GAE equivalents. We've also got the ARM extra coarse and coarse medias there, full assortment of the Clarisy filter rollers. We've got some auto feeders, some Calquasser, a range of the Continuum products, which I know has been a popular topic of discussion online at the moment. It's about Vibrant. Well, Continuum have a solution that is actually a bacteria-based, not an algicide, so feel free to check out that. There is also the full Sea Torch range back in stocks. We've got calcium reactors, skimmers, media reactors, dosing chambers. These calcium reactors obviously can be used as sulfur reactors as well, so if you are looking to set up a sulfur reactor to tackle those nitrates, we've got the media, we've got the reactors, we're ready to set it up, and we've done a few of those in the Sea Torch range, so we can help you get it set up and running as it should. You can see we've got a Kamoa X2 SR there. My favorite flip mitts. I know people turn their nose up at these thinking that $30 for a couple of mitts is expensive, but man, they clean your glass so well and really easy. I absolutely love them. Got a good assortment there of artificial rock, from the shapes, the flats, the caves, you name it, it's all there, as well as the pre-built structures. Got a good assortment of fresh live phytoplankton and live copepods. They get delivered today on Saturday, so we've got fresh stock every Saturday ready to go. Sea Torch sumps, got a couple of sizes in stock. This one's a neat little size, and it's got quite a lot of action in quite a small footprint. And then if we look up here, there's the bigger brother of that one with the triple filter sock and a larger skimmer section, more dosing lines, things like that to fit a slightly bigger cabinet. But if you're looking to upgrade your sump, we've got some beautiful Sea Torch units on the shelf. But I'm guessing most people are here a bit like myself on my birthday to check out the things that are actually alive. So we'll start off with the fish and then we'll move on through to the corals. I want to start off with the fish because there's some incredible fish in stock at the moment. We've got these gorgeous we'll start off with this little blenny. He's an absolute beauty, but check out these little anthias here. These are Flavacorda. I'm going to mispronounce that, something shocking. These tiny little anthias, I believe they're quite a deep water species. They've actually been in stock for some time now. Super, super hardy once they're acclimated up to these waters, and you can see how bright they are. Such a gorgeous little fish. Unfortunately, the camera just lost focus with him as he was stretching out that jaw, but what a cool little unique anthia. Obviously a little bit on the pricey end, but at least very hardy, which is unusual for anthias at the pricey end. Normally the expensive ones and the bright coloured ones like this can be a little bit difficult to keep. These guys are super hardy, so I've only got a couple there in stock, but if you've got a nice little nano and you're looking for a hardy, but something a bit different in the anthia range, what a beautiful fish to check out. And then of course we've got some other anthias there. These ones I believe are Coopers, a little bit more of your stock sort of standard Coopers, but I just picked up on this wrasse in the background there and noticed he's something a little bit special. He's not something you see run of the mill. Let's have a look down here. It is indeed a rose band wrasse. These things are absolutely beautiful. I know this guy just came out of the bag a few hours ago, so he's still settling in, but he's already showcasing some absolutely gorgeous colors, and what a absolutely showpiece fish. I'll put a picture on screen of what they look like once they're settled in a second. These guys are absolutely showpieces, and obviously come with this showpiece price, but what a beautiful fish. You can see there the coloration once they settle in. Obviously he's still a little pale because he's still getting used to his environment, but man, that is absolutely a special fish, and I know there's even more special ones to come, so we'll keep on rolling through. Check out this giant, I think he's a wrasse or hog down there, obviously more of a predator-style fish there. In fact, there's a few predator-style fish in here, including this big hogfish here. What a stunner he is. I'll get the DSLR onto him in a second because the camera I'm using here doesn't quite pick up his colour quite as well as it would be. Pretty sure he's either black belt hog or the bicolor hog. I'm pretty sure he's the black belt, judging by the black on his little wires, that line, diagonal line on the back, but man, what a unit. That the way the orange fades through to red and they go from stripes to dot, contrasted with the white and black, makes him such a cool fish. We've got some blue tangs, there's some coral beauties there, little flame hawks, absolute beauty, some more lawnmowers. What else have we got in here? Down the bottom here, we've got a fresh delivery of some live rock, and I'm fairly sure Dave still sells live rock at $15 a kilo. And let me tell you, this is some absolutely beautiful live rock, some great shapes, and it is brimming full of life. But on to the next tank. See, we've got some square block anthias. I know there's been a few people chasing those of late, so we have some of them in. And then an absolutely underrated fish up here is the Vanderbilt Chromis. Much like the other Chromis, they stay a little bit smaller though, and they're not known to get into that Highlander theory where they take each other out. So can be a little bit more of a community fish and can last a little bit longer in a big school, but still a gorgeous fish. Over here into a little bit more of a bully tank. You got a gorgeous white cheek or gold rim there, big dog face puffer trying to rip my camera in half. A couple of big wrasse there. Absolute, in contrast compared to the little Vanderbilt Chromis in the tank before. And then again, some other unusual and probably more predator series of fish are these big squirrel fish here. Really, really cool. You can see there they come in at $75 each. But again, they are a predator style fish. Got a little bit more live rock down there. But let's have a look what we can spot over in the next system here. We've got a few of these scooter blennies in. I need to find a mate for mine. So I think Dave has popped them into these individual systems so we can just see if we can identify their genders, because I don't want to end up with two males. I want to end up with a male and a female. But hopping up here into the predator system, we've got a bunch of lions in here, an assortment of lions. The big filefish there, don't be fooled into thinking he's a trigger. He is a filefish. And then down in this corner, I still don't know how this dude's still here. The yellow leaf is an absolute stunner of a fish. Doesn't really come up on camera, but when you look into his eyes, he's next level. And one more little predator I want to just showcase here before we move along is this high fin snapper. I say little, he's going to get massive, but he's little right now. Now moving across into this system, we've got some of the fish in the shop at the moment in this system, starting off with this guy here, this huge, beautiful example of an incredible rock beauty angel. Have a look at the colors and markings on him. Such a presence of him as he swims around. Got that red highlight on the fins at the top and the bottom. This beautiful solid yellow and the big contrasting splash of black down each side that just goes along those outlines of his top and bottom fins perfectly. What an incredible fish. He will unfortunately decimate all LPS in your system, but I tell you what, it'd almost be worth it because he is a stunner of a fish. And not to be outdone, there's even more incredible fish in here. In fact, there is this other angel here. What a stunner that guy is. What beautiful colors. He's got yellows and blues and blacks on there. I should touch on the other fish as well. There's a bunch of blue tangs. There's some standard foxface. There's some magnificent foxface, long nose wrasse. But let's have a look down here. We've got the rock beauty angel that we saw. Then we've got this Cortez angel, which is another one you don't see all that often, and I must admit I don't know much about him, so I'm going to have to go and Google it up. But I'm going to suspect, being an angel, that he's probably also going to be a bit of a correlator. But look at the colours on him. Such a stunning little unit. The way that the blue lines are thin, the yellow lines are thick, and then that jet black base colour to him. Just a cool little fish. And he doesn't have the same sort of, I don't know, stuck up ego of the rock beauty. He seems to be a little bit more flying under the radar. But you see the rock beauty there just keeping the fox faces in line. He knows he's an absolute boss of a fish. And we'll keep on scrolling because there's more fish and obviously the full range of corals to go over yet. Down here we've got some firefish. You can see some yellow-eyed Indian yellow-eyed tangs there. We've got what looks like a mimic tang, a little mandarin down here. You can see 6-line wrasse, freckled tang there. We've got some pajama cardinals, a rabbit fish, another little blenny there. Over here to an absolutely gorgeous pair of clowns. I'm going to assume, if they're in here, that they're probably a wild caught pair, but their markings would suggest they are not wild caught, so let's go with captive bred. Dave will know more on that one, of course. Got another little lawnmower down there. Looks like an Eebly angel in the background there. Some more magnificent fox face. Some absolutely stunning purple tangs in there. Beautiful colours and markings on those guys. Looks like a, what kind of wrasse is that? I think he might be a carpenter's. Really showcasing his beautiful colours on his fins there. Let's pop up here. We've got another incredible angel here. In fact, we've got some sail fins. There's a king angel there. Looks like a flag fin angel. And that one I think is a French, beautiful angel. So we've also got some fox face, Moorish idol, sail fin. Just a crazy assortment of fish that Dave has in at the moment. And I did get in store probably a couple of hours after unboxing. So I'm just trying to work out what they all are as I film this. But he's an absolute stunning fish. Let's have a look what we've got down here. Got the King Angel in there at $800. Here he is. And much like the Rock Beauty, he knows his boss. Look at him swimming around. I know people out there that have set up tanks just so they can build everything around a king and a queen angel, and seeing this dude swim around the tank, I can totally appreciate why. And what else we got? We've got a French angel in the tank. Yes, it is a French. Perfect. He comes in at 600. So again, another fairly high-end fish, and I can see why. He's much like the Cortez and the other system here. He's got very similar sort of colors. It's just the blue doesn't go right up through. It just sort of hovers down the lower part of the fish. But he's a beautiful fish as well. Very similar pairing in the Cortez and the Rock Beauty to the King and the Cortez here. They're almost sort of almost like cousins of each other. They're just the presence of them. But we'll move on to the next system. You see you've got a bunch of blonde lipsticks in there. Those guys still settling in. We've got some psychedelic mandarins in there. Looks like they're already forming into some pairs, which is pretty cool to see. Got the world's biggest mustard tang here. This dude's fully grown. When I see him, I forget how big they're going to get, because the little dude in my tank would be like matchbox size, and that guy there's like bread plate size. He's an absolute beast. There's a couple other fish in there. We've got a couple of tangs. Looks like a angel as well in there, but I've got to keep this show rolling because there's so much more to cover, and we're almost 14 minutes in as it is. Got a coral beauty there and a beautiful trigger. You can see the reflection of the SBS tank behind me there. We're going to get to that soon. A couple of gorgeous hand-caught Australian copper bands. I did actually pick one of these up and put in my system, and he's been in for a week now, and I'm hoping that he's just started eating. They've been eating in store absolutely like pigs. He got a little bit shy in my tank, but he has started eating now, so I'm hoping I'm through the hard part, but I will keep you updated with how we go there. We've got, looks like another flamehawk, a bit of an NQR, a bit of lateral line on that purple tang, some more antheas, some bar gobies, another little flamehawk and a little blenny down there. Gorgeous little fish, perfect for so many tanks. Well, the flamehawks, as long as you don't like any shrimp or anything like that. Look at this dude here. He, I believe, is a lyre-tail hog, another fish that gets pretty big, well suited to a predator system, but he's nice and cute and small at the moment. We've got a little angel there. See a few, I think they are banana wrasse, looking for the black dot on them. Yeah, I think they are banana wrasse. Let's have a look here. All sorts there. We've got the pearl scale angel as well. Some gorgeous, gorgeous fish in there. We're almost at the end of the fish system, well, at least on the third wall. We've still got a quick trip down the fourth wall. We can see another one of these, or another couple of these gorgeous, fat and healthy copper band butterflies. I can see some yellow assessors, flame hawk. Beautiful little angel in the background there. Got some blue-green Chromis in there, coupled with the little black stripes on there. Let's have a look what we got down here. Algae Blenny, Coral Beauty, Angel. Beautiful, beautiful fish. All right, let's see what's in the next system. Up above here, whoa, we got a big dog-face puffer, a mature orange stripe tang. It looks like a gold rim who's obviously just come into the system and doing what all powder tangs do, and that's break out into a little bit of white spots. So we'll have to calm him down before he's ready for sale. Got some of these absolutely gorgeous barrier reef chromis. The contrast these guys have just second to none. And when customers come in, I normally say that once you get fish settled into your tank at home, their colours will get a bit more vibrant. But those guys, they must be fully settled, because that's about as vibrant as they're going to get. The yellow, the black, and the silver on them, absolutely stunning. Gorgeous little trigger there, and a lovely pyramid butterfly, which is one of the, I guess you'd say, reef-safe butterflies. They're not known to pick at corals at all. Onto the last system. This is known as the Invert Wall, and there is a lot of inverts in here, but I have to show it to you because we have a bunch of clowns and some other fish in there as well. You can see some midnight clowns there, orchid dottybacks, got a lovely little pair of, I'm going to say they're Picassos of some grade in that system there. You can see some black and white fish over here. These ones are going to be, not sure what they might be, black and white Picassos. They might have some other name. Dave will know more. I don't think they've been named on the system yet. We do have some red line cleaners in there, which, yes, two of my American friends, we pay through the nose for those here compared to you guys. About $150, $170 Australian, maybe more, $190 Australian for a red line cleaner shrimp. That's just what we have to pay. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Australia, but you take the good with the bad. You can see some more gorgeous designer clowns there, some huge variety of markings depending on how extreme you want to go. Some of them pretty tame, some of them pretty crazy. I like that little one in that system there where his loop at the front doesn't quite meet at the top of his head. In this tank here, we've got some of the basic clowns, the black and white Occy clowns, as well as your standard orange and white Occy clowns. There's also these pipefish, which are kind of almost halfway between some of the other pipefish you see and a seahorse. They're basically a straightened out seahorse. Got a couple of the razorfish still in there, which is something totally unique. I must admit, I know very little about them other than their care requirements are pretty similar to a seahorse. See a couple of little royal grammars there, absolutely beautiful fish for systems of all sizes. Some peppermint shrimp in there. There is a bit of a deal, a multi-buy deal on those. So if you are chasing peppermint shrimp to approach some of your aptasia problems, we can hook you up there. Let's see what else we got. Some standard bubble tips. We got some more designer clowns. The one in there with the bubble tips is a beautiful specimen. We got some more of the orchid dottybacks. That guy's a good size. Absolutely beautiful fish. You can see we've got some standard green bubble tips in there. Yet more of the orchid dottybacks and some designer clowns. And of course, for those who like seahorse, not me personally, but if you do like seahorse, we've got a number of seahorse in. I say we swing around and check out the corals because that's what I really came to see despite all of these incredible fish. So I'll just whack a lens on this camera. Let's go check it out. Alright, in the first system here, we've got some of the absolutely beautiful frosted rose bubble tips in there. The price of these things keep coming down, and it's getting to the point where I don't know why you would buy a green bubble tip when you can pick those absolute stunning ones in there. We've also got some basic morphs here if you're looking to add some cheap splashes of colour to your tank, but we'll come around here to the $120 system, or 3 for $300. Check out some of the pieces in here. There's a couple of what in Australia we're calling Candy Crush morphs. I know in the States you see some slightly different colour variations of them, but we're going to call them Australian Candy Crush morphs there. Beautiful orange colours, and then of course we've got some absolutely stunning hammers across the top here. These ones aren't the ultra premium ones, but the $120 mark, they're pretty nice indeed. Check out this acan down here. He is a big mother of an acan, really nice maroon rhodactus rock, nice dragon Sulfavia. But coming across here, there's some really nice chellis in this system here, as well as some beautiful deshies. In fact, Have a look at the little garden you can make there. Yeah, that Deshi, the front left, that one there, I quite like the stripes and the colours on that one. It looks really nice and happy and healthy too. There's some beautiful frog spawns in there, which I always love to put into a bit of a hammer garden just to mix things up a little bit. We've got some scollies down here. You can see a Favia. We've got a good assortment of Blasto pieces in here. And like I said in a previous video, I didn't realize there were that many variations of Blasto, but here we are. There's some really nice Recordia, some Gonies, and looks like a nice couple of little Wilsoni down there as well. Really nice pieces still in the $120 system, or 3 for $300, which you can mix across the systems of the same price to get that deal. Coming across this side, enter absolute bargain territory, $80 a piece, or 3 for $200, and that is Australian dollars, my friends. So we're talking very good value. You can see a good assortment of hammers there, some more Blasto, some button Scollies. But up the top here, have a look at some of the Acans you get. These are big pieces of Acans. We're not talking single heads here. Have a look at the number of heads and the variety of colors and combinations you can get. You can build yourself an absolutely gorgeous Acan garden there, as well as this beautiful Favia and then some nice Chalice there as well. Really nice pieces for the price in that system. Coming across to one of the most premium set price tanks, and that is this one, the $200 tank, or 3 for $500. We've got a beautiful couple of Cynarias down there, a lovely little small polyp bubble coral, a large polyp bubble coral, one of these hammers which has got super toxic stems in there, a big showpiece hammer there. I can't believe that piece is in the $200 tank. And then we've got some of the ultra toxic models. Beautiful pieces there, and then a couple of the golds there as well. Stunning hammers. There's also that really nice small tentacle one there I quite like the look of. You'll get to see it from the top down. It's a big piece. We've also got some Gonies up here. We've got a couple of nice Trachophilia. Yeah, you can see those hammers there from the top. Beautiful combination of colours. There's a nice Wilsoni. I can see some Scollies. There's a real crazy Blasto up there, super red with yellow eyes. But have a look at the Scolly options here. I quite like this one down here in the front right. It's red with yellow stripes and purple. Really nice color combination for the price. But if you're on a little bit more of a budget, you can swing over here to the $60 tank and then the corresponding $35 tanks. Got some equally gorgeous pieces in here, just slightly more common so they don't draw those high price tags. You can see some really nice, there's some sun corals, some Duncans, some basic torches in there, some beautiful leathers in there. In fact, some of those torches there you can mix and match to get a really nice little color combo. Got some basic trackies there, even a couple of Scollies at that price, which is crazy. Some Recordias, some of these really nice orange speckled morphs, which are very nice indeed. But some of those basic Recordias at that price, absolute steal. Coming across into this system here, we've got some more of your basic Cynarias, but check out this Fungia that's still there. It's purple, green, and orange in the one Fungia. Very nice indeed. Got some really nice color contrasting Lobos here. These lights are set to a fairly white spectrum, and you can still see how much the colors contrast in there. So imagine when you get them under a bit more of a blue spectrum at home. Coming up the top here, I quite like this. I'm pretty sure that's a Bower Banky in the top front right there. The regrowth on that's got a little bit yellow, so you've got yellow, red, and blue on the one Bower Banky, and it's been sitting there for a little while, which blows my mind, but hey, there you go. Got some more Acans there, slightly smaller pieces, but still massive compared to what you see, particularly in international markets. Over here into the absolute bargain tank, $35 a piece, 3 for $90, or 10 for $250. If you're looking to fill up a tank, you can pick up an assortment of pieces here. Great combination of some Fungias here, from solid greens, solid oranges to some wagon wheels. We've got some war corals, some candy canes there. There's some Chalice up the top here. This one on the top left here at the front. He looks like he's been stung a little bit, but have a look at the potential in him. If you can bring him back to full health, absolute steal at $35. Have a look at how well grown in the frags are on that rack. They are growing over the tiles. You cannot see the tiles. In fact, some of those pieces there are growing onto the rack. So they're well established and they're going to go well in your tank. But move on to a slightly more premium system here. We've got a gorgeous Wilsoni down the front there. He's such a beautiful piece. He's been there a little while now, and I'm surprised. I know it's a slightly higher price tag, but they're such a unique coral. Got this super bright red Goni back there, and a Bernardipora next to him, that maroon red Bernardipora, with a number of gorgeous Chalice on the front there. This one here, the $400 one with the greens, reds, and yellows all through it. Got some of your more ultra recordias there. You've got some elegance corals or cataphilias, depending on what you like to call them. Got a little bit of excess gold torch up here. These ones under the AIs don't look as good in my opinion to the radian lights, but that's the good thing about this hobby is everyone has different eyes and sees different things, but there's no denying how nice these deshies look under any lights. Have a look at some of the colors on those guys, and they're so big, fat, and healthy. Popping over to the end here, they're normally just Zoas in these systems, but there's a few mini maxis, tube anemones, and a pizza nem in there. The pizza's gone and made home right in the middle of the Zoas. See the tube anemone sitting down the bottom there. Little blue mini maxi there. He's going to hide for a little bit, but once he settles in, he'll open up. The pizza anemone is not shy at all. He's opened up for the world to see. There's some green star polyps in that tank too. In this system here, we've got a blue Hedone and a red Hedone. Gorgeous pieces. They will make an absolutely stunning tank, particularly if you can stretch the budget to pick up both of them. But should you be looking for something a little bit cheaper, check out the $35 Zoa range here. A good assortment of some of your named Zoa tiles here with plenty of polyps per tile for $35 each, or 3 for $90. And then you've got your absolute bargain basement $10 SBS frags. There's some blue digis in there. I can even see a couple of Dallas frags in there at $10, which absolute steal. But this is the tank that most people are familiar with at Deer Park Aquarium at the moment, because Dave has just probably one of the biggest displays of varieties of torch you're going to see in a retail environment. And when you pan across them, it's hard not to just get sucked into the gorgeousness of these pieces. That green scented yellow or gold torch is still there, and it is my birthday, so I don't know. We'll see if the budget can stretch to it. It's an absolute showpiece. So, yeah, I'll have to sweat on the credit card a little bit to see whether I can make that happen. He's still there, and he's looking better by the week. So we'll see what we can do. But should we not stretch that far, I think there's got to be one of these torches coming home with me. Some of the golds in here, the greens, man, they contrast so nicely. That gold there on screen is absolutely beautiful. Really nice yellow coloration to it. So even some of these, well, for that tank, basic greens, there's nothing basic about them, but are absolute showpiece corals in their own right. It's probably the only downside to that tank is there's so many nice corals in there. They're competing for your eyeball. We're going to come across to the SBS systems now. You can have a look what pieces are in. The lights are currently set to a very white spectrum, so bear with me while I try to bring most of the colors out for you. There's a few really nice pieces in here, though. I quite like this little piece second from the right in the front, that one there. That's got some real nice color through it with some purples and some greens and some whites. What's else in here? That piece I quite like as well. Yeah, he's got some nice yellows and purple hints through him there. I think that would settle in quite nice. Can be quite difficult with wild collected SBS. You never know what it's going to do in aquarium life. That piece there's got a really cool growth pattern to it and some nice colors. But it's also kind of the attraction for me to wild caught SBS is you're never quite sure what you're going to get. Once it settles into your tank, it's going to potentially change colors completely, and the growth pattern is going to suit the flow and the light in your tank. So it is a little bit of a lucky dip, and SBS, that one's cool too. SBS is one of those corals that they're not super expensive, at least in Australia anyway, to pick up some wild caught colonies. There's a little aquacultured rainbow Monty there, which I know a lot of people are chasing. Moving across to this system here, something I have not seen for a while in Australia, probably a couple of years, is some beautiful clams. Have a look at these from the top down, because that's where clams look the best. You can really see the colours and patterns on them the best. I love this one on the end here, this blue one, and you see there, if I just put my hand over, I didn't even touch the water, just over it there, it knows you're there and closes up in protection. It's just something magical about the way they sense the world. Here's another SBS hiding over in this system that's an absolute crackerjack. I love the colours on that one. Speaking of something fairly unique, to wrap the video up, check out these Christmas tree worm rocks. They're something that used to be a little bit more common, but I haven't seen them for some time. They're rocks that have these little worms that have beautiful coloured tails that stick out of the rock. They open and close as the day goes on, and just something totally unique that is cool to see back in store. Alright guys, there you have it. That is my birthday tour of Deer Park Aquarium. I will be working there all day today, yes, even though it's my birthday. So pop on in store, have a chat about your tank, and maybe pick up one of those incredible fish or corals that are in store. I've got a few gifts, even though it's my birthday, a few gifts that I can give away to some random customers on the day. Thank you to Aquaforest, and I'll see if I can rustle up some other things throughout the day as well. So pop on in store, pick up an incredible fish, coral, or dry good for your system and have a chat and maybe get yourself a little prize while you're there. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there on my birthday. All right, guys, I'll wrap things up there. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to pop it in the comment section down below. I do personally reply to each and every comment there, so it is the best way to get hold of me. Other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos. Till next time, guys, stay safe, keep reefing. Bye.